What's up? Coming to you live from a lava flow on the Big Island in Hawaii. It's absolutely bananas here, dude. It's so just vast and oh man, I don't know. There's something about Hawaii, man. It just feels deeply, deeply peaceful. Anyway, I was hanging out. Some of our friends who are here, we're all staying together, and they have a 1.5-year-old, and his name is Charlie. And we were all hanging out, and I was watching him. He would go through these fluctuations in emotion, where obviously like all babies, he'd be like happy one moment, and then something would happen, and he would just have a little bit of a brief rage burst, and then it would just so rapidly be gone. It was like you could watch the emotion being processed in real time without any resistance or suppression or anything. And it was so interesting because it was I think that's how we're supposed to naturally operate. It's like he has a feeling, it comes up, he allows himself to feel it, and then it's gone. And he'll cry and he'll yell or whatever, but it's amazing how without being taught anything, he has the innate ability to perfectly navigate his emotional landscape with whatever's happening in his reality. Also, look at these rocks, dude. How incredible. So I was watching him do this. Hi. And just thinking to myself, this is what's supposed to be going on. Because he doesn't understand English yet. So and his parents are amazing, and they're it's really beautiful to watch them raise him. But he hasn't, come into contact with the aspects of reality that will shut him down emotionally, or tell him to stop doing that, or don't do that. We're in public. It's all these forces of emotional suppression and societal conforming that result in you behaving in a civilized way. And it was so cool because it was dude, I mean, this is still available. If we let go of the conditioning, we still have the ability to process reality as it happens in a way that creates no baggage. And it obviously, we're probably not just going to all start yelling in public and stuff. But if you think about when you start to feel sadness or tears coming on, and you have that initial, the just the resistance and the bottling and shoving it down. I mean, all of that creates weight, and all of that weight can be dropped, and you drop it by feeling it, and you create no new weight for yourself by feeling whatever it is that you're feeling in the moment as the moment presents itself. And we were talking about how when you look at the people that have done the most wrong in the world, you look at somebody like Hitler, for example, that dude needed a big cry. And lots of other stuff too, but in order to do something like that, to be that disconnected, to be that resistant to reality, to be that disconnected from spirit, there has to be this own disconnect. I think that's somebody who's that type of egomania is directly linked with emotional suppression and tension and all of these things that are fixable or allowable. And it was like, you just wonder, like, how much of the issues in the world could be solved with a good cry. You know, like fucking Genghis Khan or somebody. Like Genghis Khan needed a hug, dude. He needed many hugs, and he needed a safe space to not be this, you know, hyper dominant fucking like. It's just funny to think about. And I know with my own experiences how like my entire life transformed once I started feeling. I basically shut down emotions for like a quarter of a century. And then as soon as I started feeling, like my whole reality opened up. Started seeing synchronicities, started feeling more love, feeling connection. Because I think that's the thing, is it's like, you know, if you drop all the baggage, all that's left is love. I mean, that's all there is anyway, and it's just like different variations of love, but it's weightless love. It's not heavy love. Maybe love is just weightless, and we create all of the weight with our imaginations and suppression and resistance and stuff. But in any case, it was fun to watch, and just like to see how this is how we're all, like, if nobody taught anyone anything, this is how we would all be. And it's so obvious that our social structures are molding the children of our species into these subdued, robotic, emotional beings that, like, you look at like older generations who are like, oh, we're not going to feel anything because that's what you do. It's like, fuck, man, you guys gotta do so. You gotta go to therapy or take mushrooms or something, like, or just sit with it, you know. That would probably be ideal. But we have to I feel like, you know, we have this responsibility to feel, to create spaces that, I mean, like every space you can do this in, but like create spaces that are conducive to you allowing everything that you're feeling, for the sake of, you know, yourself and all the people that you'll come into contact with. I just feel like our egoic structures, our egoic fortresses are almost like built on the bricks of emotional suppression. And if by any means, whatever means work for you, you find a way to dissolve those bricks, i.e. feel, then you come into contact with now, instead of constantly trying to avoid now, which contained the feelings that you didn't want to feel then, whenever it was that you didn't want to feel them. It's like you started resisting reality then, at that point when you didn't want to feel, and then have just been resisting ever since, and building, you know, momentum of resistance. That the thing is, though, is like literally no matter how long it's been, no matter how long you've been suppressing, no matter anything, you always have the ability to come back to now and drop it all, drop every backpack, drop every ounce of weight. It might be easier to do in Hawaii. But yeah, and then we were talking too, it's like, you know, when I take psychedelics or something, it's like, or whatever, it's like you get into such a childlike state. I mean, I'll see this kid Charlie just like picking up rocks and just staring at him and being like unbelievably entertained forever. And I remember, like, when I take mushrooms, I'm just like, what is all this stuff? This is amazing. It's just like a total playfulness with the moment instead of avoidance of it. Like curiosity to the moment instead of battling it. Openness, you know. And I feel like that childlike state that's where the best shit happens. And sometimes you gotta fucking yell, you gotta release the rage, as we've talked about in this podcast many times, you know, like fucking scream it out, punch pillows, whatever you do that works for you, but get it out. And allow your attention to flow into things that are actually happening, like synchronicities or rocks. Like, come on, how sick are these, dude? It's like, come on, this is like, look at the sun rays. I mean, come on. It's just the best. So, anyway, my brain just went, you end every sentence with anyway. My brain just said that to me. My brain just talked shit to me. Yeah, dude, everyone's gonna hate you for saying anyway. It's so funny when you say it out loud and you're like, dude, if you were a real person saying this to me right now, I would look at you like you were actually insane. But because you're my brain, I generally don't put any attention on it and just take what you said to me as a fact and then run with it in a worried space. But none of that is real. And I'm far more interested in rocks than worrying about saying anyway too much. So anyway, that was all for today. Hope you're having a childlike existence, and then it keeps getting more and more playful. See you later.